Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our last Russian class, number 7. We had 7 lessons already. So today we will speak about seasons and days of the week in Russian. I'm going to share my screen with you. Share. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Good. So this is our schedule, and today, August 6th, we have our last class. We will speak about days of the week, seasons, and a little bit more about Russian grammar. Oops. I tried to move my picture and I moved the whole thing. Okay. Days of the week in Russian. Note that days of the week and seasons are not capitalized in Russian. For us, a week starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. And in English, any week starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday. So we have this difference right here. How do we say days of the week? Дни недели. Дни недели. As usually I mark a different color or sometimes just make bolder and in capital letter the syllable that has a stress. So день, day, неделя, неделя means week. Days of the week, дни недели. So how do we say какой сегодня день? What day is it today? Какой сегодня день? And the answer, сегодня пятница. Сегодня пятница. Today is Friday. Pay attention, please, that in Russian language, in the present tense, there is no linking word to be that is present in English. Today is Friday. So there is no is in Russian. Сегодня пятница. Literally, today, Friday. It is implied that there is this linking verb here, but we don't say it. Сегодня пятница. So what day is today? Какой сегодня день? Сегодня пятница. And if we ask, какой вчера был день? Какой вчера был день? The answer is, вчера был четверг. Yesterday was Thursday. And the question translated was, what day was yesterday? Какой день был вчера? Вчера был четверг. Вчера был четверг. Yesterday was Thursday. So here we can look at a little bit of grammar. Yesterday was Thursday. Вчера был четверг. So yesterday, вчера, четверг, Thursday, and the verb to be in the past tense был, was, был. So вчера был четверг. And how do we say days of the week? Понедельник, понедельник. So the stress is on the second from the last syllable. Понедельник for Monday. So Monday is понедельник. And the word comes from the prefix по and the word неделя. So we use the word неделя, the stem of the word неделя, which is week, and the prefix по понедельник. And we pronounce it понедельник because remember I told you the rule that if the stress falls on a certain syllable closer to the end of the word, the previous syllables, the previous vowels in the previous syllables get reduced to something like a, понедельник. So it's made from the word неделя and prefix po. And in ancient times, неделя used to mean Sunday. So the word, the day after Sunday, понедельник, Monday. So вторник or Tuesday, the word comes from the ordinal numeral второй. Do you remember we studied ordinal numerals that show the order of the things? In this case, order of days of the week. Второй. Second. So the second day of the week, вторник. Среда is the third day of the week. Wednesday. Среда. We pronounce it среда. Wednesday. Literal meaning is the middle of the week. So Wednesday is the middle of the week. How do we say четверг? How do we say Thursday in Russian? Четверг. Четверг with a stress on the second syllable, on the last syllable. Четверг. It comes from the ordinal numeral четвертый, the fourth. So the fourth, четвертый, gives us day of the week, четверг, for Thursday. The fifth day of the week, пятница. Пятница. The stress on the first syllable. Пятница, Friday. It comes from the cardinal numeral 5, пять in Russian. So пятница comes from 5, пять. That means the fifth day of the week. The names for Saturday and Sunday don't follow this general rule. They don't come from the ordinal numbers. We don't count them as the 6th and the 7th days. They sound in Russian as суббота, which is Saturday. And this word comes from the word Shabbat, Sabbath. It came from the church history. So Saturday for us, for Russians, суббота. And Sunday in Russian is воскресенье. Воскресенье. Sunday. The word comes from the literal translation of resurrection. Resurrection normally is written воскресенье with E instead of soft sign here, but the day of the week, which means the same, is spelled with soft sign. So this way we can distinguish between the word resurrection itself and the word for Sunday. And as I mentioned, days of the week are not capitalized unless they are at the beginning of the new sentence. So now let's use days of the week with prepositions. For example, v. Preposition v means on. When something happens on Monday, on Tuesday, on Thursday, we use the preposition v. Also notice that days of the week, as any noun in Russian language, can be masculine, feminine. It cannot be neuter, only masculine and feminine in this case. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Actually, it can be neutral, it's Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday are masculine. Sreda, which is Wednesday, and Friday and Saturday are feminine, and Sunday, воскресенье is neutral. So how do we say on Monday? В понедельник. В понедельник. And we pronounce this preposition together with the main word. В понедельник. Во вторник. Во вторник, on Tuesday. You might ask, why do we have v here and vo over here? Because we have two words that start with v, the same letter. So we need somehow to separate them, so letter O is used for that. Во вторник, on Tuesday. On Tuesday will be во вторник. В среду, on Wednesday. В среду, on Wednesday. On Thursday will be в четверг. В четверг. В четверг. On Friday is в пятницу. В пятницу. В пятницу. В субботу. В субботу. On Saturday. В воскресенье. В воскресенье. On Sunday. Again. Понедельник, вторник, четверг. Those words are masculine. They end in a consonant. Grammatically masculine. Среда, пятница и суббота. They end in a vowel. They are feminine words. And воскресенье is the only day that is neutral. So let's speak a little bit more about words in Russian, use a little bit more vocabulary. Working days in Russian will sound as рабочие дни, literal translation, working days. Работа, work, рабочие дни, working days. We rarely but use word будни, which means weekdays. It's kind of archaic word, but sometimes it is used. Будни, weekdays. Not work days, but weekdays, just days of the week. Будни. Выходные дни, weekend days. Can just simply say weekend, or we can say weekend days. Выходные дни. Выходные дни. On the weekend, how do you think it will sound? На выходных. On the weekend. We can say it in two ways. On the weekend can be expressed with the preposition на and в. It's the same thing. В выходные и на выходных. And it is safe to omit the word дни, days, in the phrase выходные дни. And we can, just like in English, weekend days or just weekend. So if we remove дни, which is days, from выходные дни, we will only have выходные. That's why we use в выходные or на выходных, and it's the same. How do we say a day off, a single day? We say выходной день, or simply выходной. Выходной. Выходной with a stress on the last syllable. Another word that we already studied, but we need to repeat it, for memorization purposes is месяц. Месяц. Where's my cursor? Месяц means month. God. God means year. Not God. Not a creature that lives in ancient Greek mythology. God means year in Russian. Сегодня, today. Сегодня with a stress on the middle syllable. Сегодня means today. Literally, it means of this day. Сего, this, дня. Literally of today's day. We can also try to practice words from the previous page, days of the week. For example, мы приедем во вторник, which means we will arrive on Tuesday. Мы приедем во вторник. Мы приедем во вторник. We will arrive on Tuesday. And example with the word Saturday. For example, it is scheduled for Saturday. Something is scheduled for Saturday. Maybe it was an appointment, maybe something else. It doesn't matter. Назначено на субботу. And in Russian language, you can use a sentence without a subject, just using the verb and object. In that case, you don't need even to use a subject for it to be a full sentence. In English, it is scheduled for Saturday. In Russian, you can say оно назначено на субботу или там something else is назначено на субботу, but using just the verb will be perfect for this. And remember, on the last page, we were talking about Wednesday being the middle of the week. So Wednesday is the middle of the week. Среда, середина недели. Среда, середина недели. Remember, I told you that in the present tense, in Russian language, in the present tense, we don't use the linking verb to be. Is used in English, but in Russian, we either don't use it at all, or we can say this little dash. We can put it in writing. When we say, we imply that there is a linking verb, but we don't need it. Next page. Oh, we forgot to talk about this. Завтра, tomorrow. Завтра. Завтра. Stress on the first syllable. Вчера, вчера, yesterday. And V, which is voiced consonant, becomes voiceless, F, because it precedes Ch, which is also voiceless. So it's difficult to say Vch. So language adapts its sounds to sound more easily. Вчера, like both voiceless consonants. На этой неделе. На этой неделе. This week. На этой неделе. Pay attention. In Russian language, we use the preposition на этой неделе. In English, we don't use preposition. We just use this week. Next week. На следующей неделе. Next week. На следующей неделе. Again, we use preposition на, where in English there is no preposition. It's just next week. На прошлой неделе, last week. На прошлой неделе, last week. Again, we use preposition на, where in English we don't use a preposition. Позавчера means the day before yesterday. Позавчера, you can say, or you can say позавчера. It really doesn't make any difference. The day before yesterday. Позавчера, Just like вчера, это завтра. Вчера, yesterday, вчера, we say позавчера. Позавчера, that's the day before yesterday. And this word doesn't have any one particular accent. So there are two of them. So that's why I didn't put it over here. Послезавтра, послезавтра, the day after tomorrow. Послезавтра, the day after tomorrow. Now let's talk about seasons in Russian. There are 4 seasons in Russia. In Russian language, there are 4 seasons because geographically, Russia is situated in a temperate climate where all seasons are very well pronounced. So first season is spring. Usually they say that the first season is spring, although when the year starts, it's usually in the winter, but since it's the middle, we go to the next closest season, which is spring. And back in the day, a new year used to start the 1st of March in the spring. And then Peter the Great moved it to winter, to the 1st of January to match European calendars. So the first season is весна. Весна, spring. Лето. Лето, summer. Осень. Осень. That's the fall. Зима. Зима, winter. So the question, в какое время года? At what time of the year? В какое время года? For example, at what time of the year do you start school? В какое время года вы идете в школу? В какое время года вы идете в школу? And the answer is осенью. Осенью. School starts in Russian Federation and in former USSR republics on September 1st. And normally it's a big celebration of learning and knowledge, and all school children on that day bring bouquets, flowers to their teachers. And lots of my friends, even here in the United States, still continue this tradition. On every September 1st, or whenever school starts here in August, on the first day of school, children bring flowers to their teachers. So each season starts on the first day of the first month of that season. So spring starts on March 1st, summer starts on June 1st, fall starts on September 1st, and winter starts on December 1st. I believe here it is called the start of meteorological season. Note that the seasons in this example are all used in the instrumental case. What? Осень. Осень is a nominative case. That's the dictionary form or the neutral form. Answers the question what? Осень. But when? At what season? We use another word form, осенью. And the endings for instrumental case are you in this case, осенью, or ой, весной, весной, летом, летом in the summer, весной in the spring, летом in the summer, осенью in the fall, зимой in the winter. So we have all these words used in the instrumental case. We haven't touched much of the cases when we talked about instrumental today, and before we brushed on nominative and genitive case. We need cases which are the endings for nouns, pronouns sometimes, adjectives, and numerals. They change their endings in different word forms depending on the case that is used to show what role a certain word plays in a sentence, because as we know, the word order is very loose in Russian language. You can move words around, and then they will have to take on certain endings to show the relationships, who did what and why. So весной in the spring, летом in the summer, осенью in the fall, зимой in the winter. And now let's talk a little bit about seasons and climate types in Russia. So being mostly in continental climate zone, Russia has 4 distinctive seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. It is mild and nice in spring when everything springs up, well, flowers start blooming and the whole earth awakens from the winter's sleeping. Then there is summer, which is hot or warm season when all crops grow. And then there is fall, or autumn, in Russian, осень. That's the harvest season. That's where we harvest our crops that we planted in spring, grew in the summer, and now we harvest them in the fall. And then there is cold winter, when we do not harvest anything, nothing grows because it's all so too cold. So summers can be hot everywhere, even in Siberia, where the temperature can be in the 80s. That's relatively hot, 80s of Fahrenheit, or about 35 degrees Celsius, with a good portion of the country being beyond the Arctic Circle, approximately over here. See my cursor? Right there. This is the Arctic Circle. So there is a portion of the country that is beyond the Arctic Circle. That means that it's always cold in that area. So according to the Köppen climate types, gray, which is beyond the Arctic Circle, is called tundra, and darker gray, ice cap here, or permafrost. Permafrost means the area that never thaws. The majority, the most part of the country, you see these kind of teal, dark teal, blue greenish color, which is right here, and it says subarctic, but this type of climate, the map has been changed to fit the Russian types of climate, and it is not subarctic, but just cold continental without dry season, with warm summer. So this whole area, darker teal color, has cold winters, no dry season, and with warm summers. And over here, with much, much darker color, that is very cold subarctic, which means it's continental, cold, without dry season, with very cold winters. And then we have darker colors, darker purple, right here, and that means this is very cold continental without dry season with cold summer. Not only winters are cold, but also summers are cold. And northeast of the country is known for being really cold. And the coldest place over here, marked in purple, it says dry summer subarctic or cold continental with dry summer and cold summer. So summer is dry and cold in this area where it is purple, right here and right there. Let's look at this big area of blue color. It matches this warm summer, humid continental. Well, summer might be a little bit humid over here on the Pacific coast, but it's not humid anywhere else in the country because the country is situated so far in the middle of the continent, and it is so far from any body of water, especially oceans, that there is no humidity. So in fact, this climate is cold continental without dry summer with warm summer. So we know that majority of population lives in the European part of Russia, which is right here. So what they have either cold without dry season with cold summer, or they have cold continental climate with warm summer, but not hot. And what you know as Siberia is right there. This area is with cold winters and cold summers. We have a little part over here that is hot summer, humid continental. Like I said, there is nothing humid in Russia other than on Pacific coast. So this climate is cold continental without dry season with hot summer. And I come from Volgograd region right here, where right there, summers are hot, winters could be cold, but winters could be rainy too, but with cold rain. Not as cold as, say, in the majority of Russia and Siberia over here, or on the boundary somewhere with Mongolia and China. That's much colder over there. Tibet is right there, so it's cold. My area is right here, where temperature in the summer can reach 50 degrees Celsius. That is closer to 110 and up Fahrenheit. It's very hot, but it's tolerable without even air conditioner, although it's not nice, but you can tolerate it if you're in the shade. So in dry climate, if you're in the shade, even if it's hot, it's bearable. So as we see over here, we have cold semi-arid or cold, dry, prairie type of climate over here. And in fact, I think this type of climate is actually more concentrated over here. I mean, more dispersed over here than this map shows. And then we have humid subtropical. And then we have Mediterranean. It says oceanic, but it's Mediterranean climate right here. So all this area around or along Black Sea has subtropical climate. Very warm, sometimes even hot, with mild warm winters. Some of it is Mediterranean. And this is where Sochi Olympics used to be. It was Winter Olympics in subtropical climate. That was interesting because about a couple kilometers from the shore of the Black Sea, there are mountains, and that's where all the winter types of sports used to play. Okay. So the fact that Russia is the largest country in the world guarantees that the country has vast geographical, climatic, topographical variations. So we see how many different climate zones are in Russia, right? And there are 11 time zones. So there is nothing more or less uniformal about climate or weather in Russia. It depends on where you are. Well, now let's look at some grammar rules again. Let's talk about stress, or sometimes it's called accent. Just like in English, Russian words have stressed and unstressed syllables. There is no one general rule about what syllable is stressed and what syllable is not stressed. So you have to memorize which syllable is stressed. Usually for language learners in books, publishers indicate the stress in the text, having this mark, accent mark, over the stressed syllable, over stressed vowel. For example, 3 часа ровно, 3 o'clock sharp. So it shows that 3 doesn't need to have a stress mark just because it's the only syllable in the word. Часа has a stress mark over second syllable or last syllable. Часа ровно has a stress mark over the first syllable, over the first O, ровно. Stress can move from one syllable to another in different word forms. And here are examples of the same word in singular has stress on last syllable, рука, рука. In this single, it has one hand, одна рука. Stress is in the last syllable. If we change it to plural, руки, hands, руки, stress moves, or accent moves to the first syllable. Рука, руки. Нога, ноги. Нога, stress on the last syllable means leg. Ноги, legs. Нога, stress on the last syllable. In plural, ноги, stress moves to the first syllable. And there are lots of words like that. In Russian language, there are lots of exceptions from the rules, so they all need to be just memorized. Intonation. Types of sentences and context affect the Russian intonation. In a declarative sentence, the tone is lowered at the end. It's me. Это я. So the emphasis is on это, and then я, by being at the end of sentence, tone goes down. Again, it's me, it is me, subject, verb, object. In Russian, we have only это, pronoun, demonstrative, and я, personal pronoun, это я. In an interrogative sentence, the tone rises sharply on the stressed word. In Russian, questions can be formed even without question words. Like in English, we have these WH questions. What, who, when, why, where. And to make a question, you move this question word to the beginning of the sentence. And that's how you know that this is a question sentence. In Russian, some questions are formed with moving the question word to the beginning, or some sentences can be even formed without question words. How do we know it's a question? The spikes of intonation indicates a question. Будешь есть? It implies that the question is to you. Ты, you. Ты будешь есть? So the tone rises sharply on the stressed word. In this case, будешь is a stressed word. Будешь есть? Will you have a meal? Will you eat? And when we say будешь есть, under есть, we mean the whole meal, not just, snack or offering a particular type of food to eat. Usually есть means to have a whole meal. Будешь есть? Or we can change the word order and ask, есть будешь? Есть будешь? We just switch the words around. Something like eat will you in English doesn't make sense, but in Russian it makes perfect sense. And with intonation, you indicate which word will be the main word in the question sentence. If we use a question word, then this word, who, what, misspelling when, where, receives a stronger stress. Кто это? So question word here is who. Кто это? Who is it? So who, кто, receives a stronger stress. And that's how we know that this is a question word, question sentence, interrogative sentence. Who is it? Кто это? Again, we can move words around, change the word order, and say это кто? And then кто will be the word that is more stressed. Это кто? See, кто это is the type of a sentence with question word at the beginning, but we can use the sentence word not at the beginning, not to use it, and then indication will be made by usage. Indication of which word is stressed will be made by usage of the intonation, of the rising intonation. Кто это at the end? The question answer. Это я. That's me. In an exclamatory sentence, where we exclaim something, the tone rises on the main word. The intonation usually shows emotion, elation. You've got the job. Ты нашел работу. Ты нашел работу. Ты нашел работу. Depending on how you say it, we have a slight difference in meaning. Ты нашел работу. Basically, somebody is very, very happy that somebody found a job. Ты нашел работу. Somebody is very elated about the person finding the job, not anything else. Not a bill folder, for example. Capitalization. Let's talk about capitalization a little bit. In Russian, the following words are capitalized: names, or last names, proper names, names of towns, cities, countries and counties. Other geographical names are capitalized. Official institutions such as museums, the Hermitage, for example, or universities, Moscow State University or my Volgograd State University. And the first words in the new sentence are always capitalized. So in Russian, there are not so many instances when words are capitalized. Unlike the English I, Russian ya is not capitalized. In fact, we have a saying, ya is the last letter of the alphabet. It shows don't put your ego up front, be modest. And ya is not capitalized. In writing, politeness is expressed by using the word вы as a form of polite address to a single person. So normally we know that we is a plural for you. Plural for you is вы, but we can also use вы with the capital V to show the polite address to a single person. Let's talk about sentence structure. Russian sentence structure is looser than the English sentence structure. In English, a most appropriate type of sentence is subject, verb, object. In Russian, a lot of sentences form the same way, subject, verb, object. But in Russian language, the word order in a sentence can be changed without losing much of the meaning. Sometimes moving words around gives the sentence additional meaning, and we talked about it before, just a little bit. But in most cases, if you flip the words around, you won't lose much of the meaning. Why? Because you use the case sentence. It is possible due to the presence of declension system or case system of endings that show what roles certain words play in the system of the sentence. However, some differences in the meaning can be expressed by the intonation and accent on a certain word. While subject, verb, object confer a neutral meaning, switching places with the verb, the object draws attention to itself and becomes emphasized by the intonation, as in this example. I see mom. Я вижу маму. Literally, я, see, вижу, маму, mom. If we change the order of the words around and we put mom before the verb to see, I, mom, see will be impossible in English. But in the Russian language, thanks to the using the accusative case, it makes perfect sense. An accusative case for feminine nouns uses letter U at the end. Я маму вижу. Whom do I see? Маму. Ending U here indicates the accusative case. Whom do I see? Маму. Who? I. Я маму вижу. Subject, object, and the verb. Again, it's possible because we use a certain case ending, in this particular instance, accusative case in ending, mamu. So let's see how we can make words plural. To make a plural form of a single noun, we need to use the word stem and then add endings. I, ya, a. Of course, there are a few exceptions, but majority of words follow this rule. Рука, руки, hand, hands. On this first column, there are nouns that are feminine. Нога, ноги, leg, legs. So we create plural by adding ending E to the main stem of the word. Рука, руки, нога, ноги. Also, голова, головы, head, heads. Singular голова, plural головы. Not only the stress moves to another syllable when we make it plural, but also it is a plural noun that is made with a little bit of different ending. Рука, нога are created with using ending E. Голова, головы using ending ы. Let's move to the masculine nouns. And we remember that the grammatical gender in Russian language, gender of nouns, numerals, and adjectives not only reflects the physical gender of objects, people or animals, but also it reflects the grammatical gender. In this case, in this instance, we talk about masculine gender. Stол, singular, table. Столы, plural, tables. We took the stem stол and we added ы. And why is it masculine? Because the word stол ends in consonant. Конь. This word for horse, singular horse, ends in writing in the letter soft sign, but as we know, this is just a letter that indicates that the previous letter N was soft. Конь, кони. И is the ending of plural noun made from the masculine noun that ends in soft sign. So if the word ends in hard consonant, stол, we add столы for plural. If the word ends in soft sign, which means soft consonant, we add E to make it plural. Урок, уроки. This is one of the exceptions that I was talking about. We have E that's supposed to be used when we have soft sign at the end of the singular noun. But in this case, урок, уроки, that's an exception. For neutral or neuter gender, we use known already to us words облако, cloud, поле, field, море, sea. We take the stem, remove the ending O, and add a. We'll get облако, singular, облака, plural. Облако, облака. Поле, поля. Again, поле, there is a soft L and E. We add я instead of this ye, and we get plural from поле, поля. Море, sea, моря, seas. To make a plural form of adjectives, use the word stem and add ending ы. Note that there is no grammatical gender difference in plural. Красивая, beautiful. Красивая gives us indication that this is a feminine singular word, feminine singular noun. Красивая. Plural from that word is красивые. Красивые, plural. But if we take masculine and singular word, красивый, it's the same meaning, except it's used with masculine and singular, beautiful. In plural, it also will be красивые, as you see the same ending, ые. Or if our word is neuter singular, красивое, in plural, it will have still the same ending, красивые. So remembering plurals from adjective is a little bit easier because all you have to remember is how they end. ые. You add to the stem of the word and you get the plural form of an adjective. And I believe this will conclude our class. I just want you to show, I want to show you that we have a lot of different resources in the library for studying Russian language or any other language. For example, we have Mango Languages, awesome database. It's a free language learning platform that is available through our Kansas City, Kansas Public Library, as well as through some other libraries such as Mid-Continent and Kansas City, Missouri Public Library. Mango Languages is a wonderful platform that allows you to study lots of languages, including English language for non-native speakers and foreign languages for native English speakers. So all you have to do is to go to our website, kckpl.org, scroll down all the way to the bottom of the page, to databases, choose language, and then choose Mango Languages. And either you log in as a library holder with your library card number, and then you will be able to save your work, or you can log in as a guest, choose Russian language, and see for yourself whether this level of language that is offered in Mango Languages is good for you. We also have several books how to study Russian language, and we have also ebooks. Recently, we've moved to the new e-provider platform, Hoopla. So now everything, all ebooks and all e-audiobooks we get from Hoopla. And this is the list of just some of the titles of books to study Russian language. Contemporary Russian, Say It in Russian, Easy Russian Phrasebook, New Russian English Dictionary, Essential Russian Grammar, Simply Russian, and Easy Russian Alphabet, a visual workbook. And all of these books are Hoopla e-books for those who prefer computer learning, online learning. And this really concludes our class. I will stop sharing. It was very nice of me to share knowledge of my language with you. I hope you enjoyed it too, as I did. If you have any questions, you can ask them now, or you can always contact me. I give you my contact information, my email, and my telephone number. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. So do we want to say something at the end of our last class? Please don't hesitate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you too.
Nice meeting you. I remember you came to the library. I recognized your last name and your first names. So I met you in person. And Melody, would be nice to meet you in person too. I know you work not far from here. So if you're ever in the library, please stop by to say hello to me. I'll be glad to meet you in person. And Magda, we work together. Thank you guys. It was my pleasure teaching you Russian. So if you would like to continue studying Russian, just let me know and we can come up with another class. Okay. Thank you very much and have a great day. Tomorrow is the first day of the weekend. Выходные in Russian. So please enjoy yourself and goodbye.